Africa is a continent of vast diversity, home to some of the world's most ancient, unique, and resilient peoples. From the deepest deserts to lush rainforests, from towering mountains to expansive plains, Africa's tribes have developed distinct cultures, languages, and traditions. Among them, three tribes stand out for their extraordinary uniqueness. The Sandbush people, considered the oldest indigenous group, the Bambuti, recognized as the shortest people on earth, and the Dinka, known for their remarkable height. These tribes not only reflect the variety of human adaptation to different environments, but they also offer a fascinating glimpse into the ways that culture, geography, and biology can shape the identity of a group. The Sandbush people are often regarded as the oldest continuous culture in Africa, possibly the oldest in the world. Their history stretches back more than 20 years, with some anthropologists tracing their origins even further. Known for their mastery of survival techniques in some of the harshest environments on Earth, the San are an essential part of Africa's ancient history. Their language, characterized by unique click sounds, is among the oldest known, and their deep connection to the land is reflected in their rich traditions of storytelling, art, and spiritual beliefs. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the Bambuti, or Pygmies, a group of forest-dwelling people who are known for their short stature. With an average height of about 4'6", 137 centimeters, the Bambuti have adapted to the dense rainforests of Central Africa, particularly in the Congo Basin, developing specialized techniques for hunting, gathering, and surviving in one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet. Despite their shorter stature, the Bambuti's profound connection to the forest, their spiritual beliefs, and their remarkable survival skills make them an equally significant part of African cultural history. The Dinka people, in contrast, stand out for their remarkable height, with many individuals averaging over 6 feet tall. The Dinka, an ethnic group native to South Sudan, are well known for their strong cattle culture, where livestock are more than just animals. They are a symbol of wealth, social status, and spiritual significance. The Dinka's towering height and pastoral lifestyle, based on the herding of cattle, have allowed them to thrive in the swampy and savanna regions of South Sudan. Their belief system, centered around the worship of Nialek, the god of creation, their cattle culture, and their impressive physical stature have made them one of Africa's most iconic and fascinating ethnic groups. But what makes these three tribes so different in stature, culture, and history especially interesting is how they reflect the broader themes of human adaptability and survival. How do these tribes survive and thrive in such different environments, and what can we learn from their diverse ways of life? Furthermore, how do they compare to similar tribes in other parts of the world? For instance, the Sandbush people's ancient ways bear a resemblance to the Aboriginal Australians, who, like the San, have lived for tens of thousands of years and possess a deep knowledge of the land. Similarly, the Bambuti's small stature and forest survival strategies are not unique in Africa. There are parallels in other rainforest cultures, such as the Andamanese people from the Andaman Islands in the Indian Ocean. The Dinka, with their tall, imposing presence and cattle-centered culture, also have counterparts in the Tutsi people of East Africa, known for their height and agricultural traditions. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating histories of these three African tribes, understanding their origins, cultural practices, spiritual beliefs, and how they have managed to preserve their traditions through centuries of change. We'll also compare them with similar groups around the world, shedding light on the common threads that connect these people despite their geographical distance and cultural differences. By delving into the lives of the San, Bambuti, and Dinka, we not only uncover important insights into African history, but also explore how human beings across the globe have adapted to their environments and created cultures that sustain their communities. These tribes are much more than just biological curiosities. They represent the resilience of humanity in the face of adversity. The San Bush people have endured the harsh conditions of the Kalahari Desert for millennia, holding onto a way of life that remains rooted in the land. The Bambuti, despite their small stature, have survived in the dense rainforests of Central Africa, living in harmony with one of the most complex ecosystems on Earth. The Dinka, towering in height yet deeply connected to their cattle and land, have built a culture of strength, endurance, and respect for the natural world. As we journey through the histories of these tribes, we will uncover the richness of their cultures and the wisdom they have passed down through generations. We will explore the languages they speak, the spiritual beliefs that guide them, and the rituals that have helped them maintain their cultural identity in a rapidly changing world. The San's language, the Bambuti's deep forest knowledge, and the Dinka's cattle-centered traditions all offer invaluable lessons in human adaptation and survival. Furthermore, this exploration will not only highlight the differences between these tribes and their global counterparts, but it will also reveal the shared threads that bind humanity together. From the San to the Dinka, and from the Bambuti to the Andamanese, we see that despite their physical, cultural, and geographical differences, these peoples share a deep connection to the land and to one another, grounded in their ancestral knowledge and spiritual practices. Join us as we dive into the fascinating world of Africa's oldest, shortest, and tallest tribes. Through their stories, we will uncover the profound cultural richness and spiritual depth of Africa's indigenous peoples, gaining a deeper understanding of the world's diverse cultural landscapes and the enduring legacies of humanity's first tribes. San Bush people, the oldest indigenous tribe. The San Bush people, often referred to as the first people of Southern Africa, are among the oldest indigenous groups on the planet, with a history spanning over 20 years. Their culture, language, and lifestyle make them a crucial part of Africa's ancient heritage. The San's deep connection to the land and their ability to survive in some of the harshest environments on Earth are remarkable feats of human adaptation. Historical background. The San people are believed to be the direct ancestors of most indigenous populations in Southern Africa. Historically, they were known as hunter-gatherers, relying on their knowledge of the environment and their physical prowess to hunt animals and gather plant-based foods. The San's nomadic lifestyle allowed them to move with the seasons, adjusting to the ever-changing conditions of the Kalahari Desert and the other arid regions of Southern Africa. Their history, as one of the oldest living cultures in the world, is a testament to their ability to endure and thrive in some of the harshest climates known to humanity. Language. One of the most fascinating aspects of the San people is their language, particularly the Khoisan languages, which are among the oldest known in the world. These languages are distinguished by their use of click sounds, which are not found in most other languages globally. The diversity of languages within the San culture reflects their long history and regional variations. The Khoisan languages are an important aspect of the San's identity, linking them to their ancient roots and unique cultural heritage. Culture and beliefs. The San have a deeply spiritual connection to nature. Their animistic belief system is rooted in the idea that animals, plants, and even the land itself possess spiritual significance. The San's religious practices involve rituals to honor the spirits of the land, animals, and ancestors. One of the most notable elements of their culture is their rock art, which has been found in caves throughout Southern Africa. These paintings are thought to represent their beliefs, stories, and spiritual experiences, serving as a visual record of their connection to the land and the supernatural world. The San also practice trance dances, in which the community gathers to invoke spiritual power and enter altered states of consciousness. These rituals are often used for healing purposes, to ensure good harvests, or to connect with the spirits. The San believe that shamans can communicate with the spirit world during these dances, receiving messages that are critical to the well-being of the tribe. Geographical location. The San people have traditionally lived in the Kalahari Desert, which spans Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. But they are also found in Angola. The Kalahari is an arid environment that presents significant challenges, yet the San have survived for thousands of years by adapting their knowledge of local plants, animals, and seasonal weather patterns. Their ability to locate water sources, hunt in difficult terrain, and gather food from sparse environments has made them one of the most resilient indigenous groups on Earth. Their culture has been passed down for generations, despite the challenges brought by colonization, modernity, and the loss of land. Many San people have been displaced from their ancestral lands, but efforts are being made to preserve their cultural heritage and language. The San continue to face issues of land rights, cultural erosion, and the struggle to maintain their traditional way of life in a rapidly changing world. Comparison with other groups. The San's ancient ways of life are comparable to Aboriginal Australians, who are among the oldest continuous cultures in the world. Like the San, Aboriginal Australians have a deep spiritual connection to their land, with their Dreamtime mythology representing a similar animistic view of the world. Both cultures use oral traditions to pass down history, and both have intricate systems of storytelling and spiritual belief tied to the land and its natural elements. Additionally, like the San, Aboriginal Australians were once nomadic and lived in balance with their environment, relying on hunting and gathering techniques suited to their particular ecosystems. Another notable comparison can be made with the Native American tribes of the Great Plains, such as the Lakota or Cheyenne. While these groups are not as ancient as the San or Aboriginal Australians, their spiritual connection to nature and the earth is similarly profound. Like the San, they viewed the land as sacred and had a deep respect for the animals and resources they relied upon for survival. While the San remain in southern Africa and have largely retained their hunter-gatherer ways, many Native American tribes have adapted to modern life, often with a strong emphasis on preserving their cultural heritage. Conclusion: the Sandbush people, as the oldest indigenous tribe in Africa, offer a glimpse into humanity's earliest ways of life. Their survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and deep spiritual connection to the land. Their language, culture, and spiritual practices have survived through the millennia, and their unique worldview continues to inspire those who encounter it. Bambuti, the shortest people on Earth. The Bambuti, often referred to as pygmies, are one of the most unique and ancient groups in Africa, residing in the dense rainforests of Central Africa. With an average height of around 4'6", 137 centimeters, they are considered one of the shortest peoples on Earth. Despite their small stature, the Bambuti have developed a remarkable culture and a deep spiritual connection to the rainforest they call home. Their history and way of life are intimately tied to the forest, which provides for almost every aspect of their existence. Historical background: the Bambuti people have lived in the rainforests of the Congo Basin for thousands of years. Their ancestors have adapted to one of the most complex ecosystems in the world, and their survival has been intricately linked to the dense and diverse forest environment. Over time, the Bambuti have become synonymous with the forest itself, with a culture deeply rooted in the environment and the flora and fauna that sustain them. Their communities are spread across parts of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, the Central African Republic, CAR, and Cameroon. Though historically they were semi-nomadic, the Bambuti have developed a deep connection to specific areas of the forest. Their ancestors would follow the seasonal cycles of the forest, moving with the changing availability of food and resources. Today, many Bambuti people continue to live in this manner, relying on the forest for hunting, gathering, and shelter. Language. The Bambuti speak a variety of languages, with their primary languages being Lingala, Kanda, and other Bantu languages. The languages reflect the Bambuti's deep cultural ties to the region, incorporating elements of the forest and their way of life. Their dialects and speech patterns are heavily influenced by the environment, with many words related to the forest, wildlife, and the natural world that surrounds them. The Bambuti's languages are not just communication tools, they also embody their cultural identity. These languages are oral, with no formal written tradition, but they serve to pass down stories, history, and spiritual knowledge. The Bambuti language is integral to their communal identity, connecting individuals to their ancestors and to the spiritual beliefs that guide their lives. Culture and beliefs. The Bambuti's culture is inseparable from the rainforest. As hunter-gatherers, they rely on their extensive knowledge of the forest to hunt game such as monkeys, antelope, and wild boar, while also gathering a wide variety of fruits, nuts, and plants. Their survival skills are legendary, and they are known for their mastery of the bow and arrow, which they use to hunt with great efficiency. The Bambuti's belief system is centered around animism, with the belief that the forest, animals, and natural elements are inhabited by spirits. They hold a deep reverence for the forest and the animals they hunt, offering prayers and rituals to ensure a successful hunt and to honor the spirits of the animals. The forest is considered a sacred space, and the Bambuti's spiritual beliefs are heavily intertwined with their environment. They believe that their ancestor spirits dwell in the forest, and their rituals often involve communion with these spirits to seek guidance, protection, and blessings. One of the most distinctive aspects of Bambuti culture is their use of songs and chants during rituals and ceremonies. Music plays an essential role in their spiritual life, often being used to invoke the spirits of the forest or to prepare for the hunt. The Bambuti are also known for their hunting dances, where members of the tribe come together in rhythmic movements to honor the animals they hunt and celebrate the success of their communal efforts. Geographical location. The Bambuti primarily inhabit the Congo Basin, one of the largest and most biodiverse rainforests in the world. This region spans several African countries, including the DRC, Cameroon, and the CAR. The rainforests are dense and often difficult to navigate, but the Bambuti have developed a deep knowledge of the land, which enables them to live in harmony with their environment. The forest itself is a vital aspect of their identity. The Bambuti's homes are typically built from the resources available in the forest, such as palm leaves and tree branches. Their temporary shelters allow them to move with the seasons, following the food supply and hunting grounds. The forest provides everything they need for sustenance, from food to medicine, and it also offers the materials for tools and shelter. Comparison with other groups. When comparing the Bambuti to other short-statured indigenous groups, it's interesting to look at the Andamanese people of the Andaman Islands in the Indian Ocean. Like the Bambuti, the Andamanese are considered short in stature and have developed unique survival skills adapted to the dense forest environments they inhabit. Both groups rely heavily on hunting and gathering, using their profound knowledge of the forest to sustain their communities. However, the Bambuti's complete adaptation to the rainforest ecosystem, alongside their unique spiritual practices, makes them one of the most fascinating examples of human adaptation in the world. The Twa people of Rwanda and Uganda, another short-statured group, have also lived in forested regions and relied on similar hunting and gathering practices. Like the Bambuti, they maintain a strong connection to their natural environment and have a rich cultural heritage based on animism and spiritual beliefs. Conclusion. The Bambuti people's connection to the forest and their deep spiritual beliefs in the natural world are key aspects of their identity. Despite their small stature, the Bambuti's survival in one of the most challenging environments on Earth is a testament to human resilience, adaptability, and the importance of cultural preservation. Their rich culture, spiritual practices, and profound knowledge of the forest continue to influence the world's understanding of human adaptation and survival. Dinka, the tallest people in Africa. The Dinka people are one of the largest ethnic groups in South Sudan and are renowned for their impressive height. On average, many Dinka men stand over 6 feet tall, making them one of the tallest ethnic groups in the world. The Dinka are not only known for their remarkable physical stature, but also for their deeply rooted cultural practices, cattle herding traditions, and spiritual beliefs that have shaped their way of life for centuries. Historical background. The Dinka are primarily located in South Sudan, particularly in the regions of Upper Nile and Bahr el Ghazal. Their long history is intricately tied to the vast swamps and savannas of South Sudan, a landscape that has influenced their pastoral way of life. Historically, the Dinka people have been cattle herders, and their entire culture revolves around their livestock. Cattle is seen as a symbol of wealth, power, and social status within the Dinka society, and much of their social organization is centered around cattle-based rituals, ceremonies, and practices. For centuries, the Dinka have maintained a largely pastoral lifestyle, which involves the movement of cattle herds across vast plains in search of grazing grounds and water. This mobility, along with their robust cattle economy, has helped the Dinka maintain their cultural integrity in the face of various external pressures, including the ongoing civil conflict in South Sudan. Language. The Dinka people speak the Dinka language, a member of the Nilotic language family. The Dinka language has several dialects, with differences between regions and subgroups. Despite these variations, the Dinka language serves as a unifying force among the people, fostering a sense of identity and cultural cohesion. The Dinka language is deeply intertwined with their cultural traditions, often used in ceremonies, rituals, and storytelling. Dinka oral traditions are rich and vital to the preservation of their cultural history. Through the spoken word, the Dinka pass down stories, wisdom, and teachings from one generation to the next, ensuring that their history is preserved despite the challenges of modernization and conflict. Their oral traditions play a central role in maintaining their identity and cohesion as a people. Culture and beliefs. Cattle play an essential role in Dinka culture, not just for food and wealth, but for social and religious purposes. Cattle are central to marriage ceremonies, where the bride's family receives a dowry of cattle. They are also central to important religious rituals, where they are offered to deities and ancestors as sacrifices. The Dinka practice ancestor worship, and they believe that their ancestors continue to influence their lives, guiding them and protecting their cattle. The Dinka people believe in a single god, Nialik, who is said to have created the world and everything in it. Nialik is believed to be benevolent and has an active role in overseeing the universe, ensuring balance and order. Dinka religious practices often involve prayers and offerings to Nialik, as well as ceremonies that honor the spirits of the ancestors. These spiritual beliefs are deeply ingrained in the daily lives of the Dinka and are reflected in their customs and rituals. The Dinka also place great importance on rites of passage, especially the transition from childhood to adulthood. These ceremonies often involve the young men of the community undergoing physical challenges, such as cattle herding and traditional dances, to demonstrate their strength and readiness to assume adult responsibilities within the society. Geographical location. The Dinka people inhabit the vast plains and wetlands of South Sudan, particularly in the Upper Nile and Bahr el Ghazal regions. The environment is characterized by seasonal flooding, which provides a rich grazing ground for cattle during the wet season. The Dinka have adapted to this environment by becoming expert cattle herders, using their knowledge of the land to move their herds to different grazing grounds depending on the time of year. South Sudan's challenging climate, marked by long dry seasons and unpredictable rainfall, has forced the Dinka to develop a mobile lifestyle that follows the availability of water and pasture. The Dinka's dependence on cattle for survival means that their culture and identity are intricately tied to the land and the natural cycles of the region. Comparison with other groups. The Dinka's towering height and cattle-based economy are not unique to Africa. When comparing the Dinka to the Tutsi people of Rwanda and Burundi, we find several similarities. Like the Dinka, the Tutsi are known for their taller than average stature, and cattle have played a central role in Tutsi culture for centuries. Both groups view cattle as symbols of wealth and social standing, and their economies have historically revolved around livestock farming. In Nepal, the Sherpa people are also known for their impressive physical endurance and strength, although not necessarily for their height. Like the Dinka, the Sherpa's livelihood has been closely tied to their environment, with the Sherpa's expertise in mountaineering being a direct result of their long-standing cultural adaptations to the rugged Himalayan terrain. Both the Dinka and the Sherpas represent unique examples of how human societies adapt to challenging environments, whether through cattle herding or mountain climbing. In Northern Europe, particularly in Sweden and Norway, there are historical examples of tall communities where height has been an identified trait among certain ethnic groups. However, the Dinka's towering stature is not just a physical feature, but is also culturally embedded, with cattle herding as the foundation of their identity and livelihood. Conclusion: the Dinka people stand as an enduring symbol of strength, resilience, and cultural identity. Their remarkable height is only one facet of their fascinating culture, which is deeply intertwined with cattle herding, spiritual beliefs, and the natural environment of South Sudan. The Dinka's way of life reflects a strong connection to the land and the animals that sustain them, and despite the challenges faced by modernity and conflict, their traditions remain a vital part of their identity. Conclusion: Africa's diverse tribes, from the Sandbush people, the oldest known indigenous group, to the Bambuti, the shortest people on Earth, and the Dinka, the tallest people in Africa, offer profound insights into human history, cultural identity, and resilience. These tribes, each distinct in their own right, reflect the vast diversity of Africa and the unique ways in which its people have adapted to their environments over thousands of years. The Sandbush people, with their deep connection to the arid Kalahari Desert, embody the ingenuity and survival skills of humanity's earliest ancestors. Their click languages, ancient rock art, and spiritual practices rooted in animism offer us a glimpse into the world of our ancient forebears. In comparison to other indigenous groups, like the Aboriginal Australians, the Sands' long-standing relationship with nature and their exceptional knowledge of the environment show how human beings have adapted to some of the world's harshest landscapes. Their ability to thrive in the desert for millennia serves as a testament to human perseverance, adaptability, and respect for nature. Similarly, the Bambuti people, despite their short stature, have developed a profound understanding of the dense Congo rainforest, where they continue to live as hunter-gatherers. Their connection to the forest, their unique spiritual beliefs, and their survival techniques demonstrate how closely humans can bond with their environment. Like the Andamanese people of the Andaman Islands, the Bambuti have lived in isolation from modern societies, using their deep knowledge of the natural world to maintain a way of life that has existed for thousands of years. Their culture, shaped by the forest, remains vital and resilient despite pressures from the outside world. The Dinka people, known for their remarkable height and strong cattle-based culture, offer another view of human adaptation. Their deep connection to cattle, both as a source of livelihood and as a symbol of wealth, highlights how societies can revolve around a single resource, shaping their social structures, spiritual beliefs, and daily practices. Like the Tutsi people of Rwanda and Burundi, who also have a taller than average stature, the Dinka's connection to their livestock and environment has defined their culture for centuries. The Dinka's pastoral lifestyle in the swamps and savannas of South Sudan offers insights into how human communities can thrive in regions that present environmental challenges. Each of these tribes, San, Bambuti, and Dinka, represents not only a unique way of life, but also an essential piece of the broader human story. The preservation of their cultures, languages, and spiritual practices is vital, as it provides us with a deeper understanding of how diverse human societies have evolved over millennia. Despite the rapid changes brought by globalization, colonization, and modernity, these tribes continue to preserve their heritage, offering valuable lessons about human resilience, adaptation, and the importance of maintaining cultural diversity. In exploring these tribes, we see not only the differences in their physical characteristics, languages, and traditions, but also the shared human experience of survival, spirituality. From the San's ancient traditions to the Bambuti's deep connection with the forest and the Dinka's cattle-based culture, these groups exemplify the vast cultural richness that Africa has to offer. As we look to the future, it is essential to recognize the importance of preserving these cultures. Their languages, practices, and wisdom are treasures that must be safeguarded, as they are crucial not just for the people who belong to these tribes, but for the entire world's understanding of human history and identity. By learning from these tribes, we gain not only a greater appreciation for the diversity of the African continent, but also a deeper understanding of the shared human experience that binds us all together. If you've enjoyed this journey through the histories of the San, Bambuti, and Dinka, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's so much more to discover about Africa's rich cultural heritage, and we invite you to join us as we continue to explore the fascinating diversity of African tribes and their contributions to the global story.